Jesus not only divided the history in two, he also established the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. He also divided into the revolution of 20,000 years, the one we call the Zodiac, and with it, he made a significant difference in elevating mankind from its primary condition to a condition of human beings. The astronomers say that the Sun and its planets, where we are, rotate around a central sun that is located millions of miles away. This rotation of 26,000 years is what we know as the Zodiac, divided in 12 parts. 12 signs, among them we can find the following: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Let's explain now. These 12 signs are representing 12 eras, 12 ages, or 12 dispensations. And it's been said that the Sun takes around a little bit more of 2,600 years to change sign or go from an era to another one. Welcome to the virtual school The Force Awakens, which through its format of sequential lessons offers diverse topics such as this one. We invite you, if you would like to deepen, to subscribe to this channel and activate the notification button so YouTube lets you know when we upload our next video lesson. The astronomers call it the precession of the equinox to all of these signs that form the zodiac. We're going to talk about them backwards, because that's how it works. With that being said, we will see them in the following order, and that's how we're going to explain them in this video lesson. We will start with Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Leo, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, and Aries. In reference to the beginning of the eras, the wise agree on the following. In the year 3759 before Christ, with the historic Adam, was the beginning of the era of Taurus, which the patriarch Abraham in the year 1813 before Christ, it began the era of Aries. And in the year 27 before our era, with the rise of the Roman Empire and the birth of Jesus of Nazareth, the beginning of the Pisces era, the era of Pisces, from which Jesus is the firstborn and the Messiah. Identifying Jesus with the fish symbol, the great fish for the Christians, and they call themselves Minos. Now, let's talk about the era of Pisces. When we talk about the era of Pisces, we are mostly talking about the era of Christianity, in which we can identify as precursors John the Baptist and Jesus, who told John that it was necessary that he was baptized and that everyone did too, so their souls could be clean. We can find this in the Aquarian Gospel. There is something very characteristic of the era of Pisces, and it's the intelligence through which Jesus started to bring the elevation of mankind. With his wisdom, and also is an era that is represented by fish and water. This is why in this era we can find great advances in all that is related to inventions and experiments in the area of interoceanic canals, and advances in navigation in river and oceans. The fish is considered the great symbol of the era of Pisces, and this is why in the first centuries of this Christian era it was used in many ways. Diderot, in his marvelous work Christian iconography describes the following. The fish, according to the general opinion of the antique experts, was the symbol of Jesus Christ. It is carved in a great number of Christian monuments and more especially in the ancient sarcophagus. We can find them also in medals, along with the name of the Lord. It was used as an amulet around the neck of the children, in glasses and antique cups, and also in sculptural lamps. The baptismal fountains were generally decorated with fish figures. In the center of the tables, in the paintings of the Last Supper, a plate with a fish was placed between the bread, knives, and cups of the banquet. In the writings of Tertullian, we find, "We are little fishes in Christ," or great fish. Let's talk now about the age or era of Aquarius. We are currently in a transitional process. We are leaving behind the era of Pisces, in which Jesus is the firstborn and the Messiah, and we are entering in the Aquarian era. Unlike the era of Pisces, that is about intelligence and the technological advances in the waters, in the Aquarian era, we will find the proximity to the arrival of a new Messiah, and also everything that is related to the advances on Earth, the magnetic waves, magnetism, everything related to air communications. This is why we can experience now in this moment that you can easily communicate from any place in the world through these airwaves. This age or era of Aquarius is mostly identified with spirituality. And this is why we are experiencing a great awakening to all of those teachings that our Master Jesus gave us. Aquarius is a waterman and is represented by a man that carries a pitcher on his right. This is how Jesus describes him in chapter 157, verse 29 to 30 of the Aquarian Gospel. And then the man who bears the pitcher will walk forth across of an arc of heaven. The sign and signet of the Son of Man will stand forth in the eastern sky. The wise will then lift up their heads and know that the redemption of the earth is near. Jesus predicts the beginning of the Aquarian era, and he says like this in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 24, "And there will be war. You will hear rumors of war, and hunger, and pestilences. Kingdoms shall rise against kingdoms, and it will be the end. But the one who perseveres will be saved." It's not the end of the world, nor the end of the earth. It is the beginning of the Aquarian era.